All right, everyone. Here with manager Bud Black. Noah, why don't you start us off? Go ahead, Noah.
Hey, Bud, I'll start off on the positive. For John Gray, what did you see out of him today?
John threw the ball well. It really looked like had a good fastball. I thought the slider was outstanding as well, both sides of the plate. Delivery, consistent pitch to pitch. John threw outstanding. Maybe not as efficient as we hope for our starting pitchers, but sometimes there's games like that. But he threw the ball extremely well. Healthy, came out of it fine. He's excited about where he is.
And then secondly, for the bullpen, obviously there were multiple guys who gave up home runs and struggled today. Kinley, Esteves, and Barn. What did you see out of them and their struggles today?
Location, mislocation, basically the result of a home run. It happens, Noah, that hitters will hit good pitches for homers occasionally. But I would suspect, and I haven't seen the replay of any of these pitches, but I would assume they're pretty much down the middle and sort of either thigh or belt high.
And then lastly, with the offense, the first 5 innings, they were no hit. And then after the 7th inning, they didn't have a hit again. They just had all 4 runs and 7 hits in the 6th and 7th inning. What did you see in the first part and the last part of the game where they really struggled and how they were different there in the middle too?
It's probably a reflection of Burns, who's a really good pitcher with good stuff. And also Hayden, a really good pitcher with good stuff, and Williams, who's a really good pitcher with good stuff. We couldn't solve those guys. But we strung some hits together, put some innings together when we scored the 4 runs. A little frustrating that we didn't advance with the runner on second, either one of those innings. But I thought overall the quality of our bats were okay. Again, Burns is really good, and he got us. We drove his pitch count up a little bit, sort of similar to John's, and he had a couple quick innings later, but eventually we got to him. But we got to Richards. We didn't get to that kid Cousins. He's got a good arm and a good breaking ball. We made some mistakes on the mound late with some long balls that hurt us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Go ahead, Thomas.
Yes, buddy. Watching John today, his velocity was up a bit whether it was during the start in Albuquerque or somewhere along the line. Do you feel like he found some extra oomph on the fastball?
Oh, yeah. Thomas, what I've realized over the years that different ballparks are different. I'm not quite sure why. But I do think that John had a good fastball today. I do. 95, 96, 97, maybe that's real. My own eye, it looked like he had good stuff. I thought the slider was sharp. The fastball had velocity and location. When you throw 5 innings, don't walk anybody and punch out 10, that tells you about a guy's stuff and how he's making pitches.
Buddy, in the 6th inning, when you guys were able to get that first run, top of your order did some things that kind of got stuff going. When you look at the last homestand and a couple times in Seattle, do you feel like some of that is coming around? It just needs to be more consistent. Obviously, you faced good pitching today, but still, is that what you're looking for?
Well, yeah, we're looking for each guy, 12 position players. Each one of those guys are trying to do what they can do to help the group offensively. And we're seeing through conversation and through games, I think overall better approaches. Again, I think the chase rate is lessening, which is a good thing. you hope that we can keep this going a little bit, right? I think that, today we face some really good pitchers. Their starter and a couple guys in their bullpen were solid, but we battled and we scored 4. We had a lead with, 8 outs to go, and, we couldn't, with 7 outs to go, and we couldn't nail it down. I mean, that's baseball. It happens. I mean, if you talk to the relievers tonight and on this press conference Zoom call, they'll tell you that they made mistakes. But, I'd like to think that the greater majority of the time, if we have a 4-run lead in the 7th inning, we're going to win.
Last one from me. You were able to, in extra innings, go to Lawrence and Gilbreath, and they pitched reasonably well here. I mean, to see them come through in situations like that, what does it say about them, and what does it say about their roles going forward?
Well, these are growth moments for these guys. There's no doubt about it. Coming into a big league game late and close against a team that was fighting for a division in the Central, with a big crowd and a loud crowd on the road, to have Lawrence punch out a couple guys and have Gilbreath get the big out from the pinch hitter. These are learning experiences and growth moments, and they'll be better off for it. I like where their heartbeat is. They seem calm. They're learning. This bodes well for the future for those two fellows.
Anything else, Thomas?
Thanks, buddy.
Go to Larry Patrick next. Go ahead, Larry.
Yes, buddy. You had, a chance in this game for, kind of a modest 2-game winning streak on the road, and then losing it here late, as you did. How does this go along with the psyche of players when you've lost a number of games here? I think 4 out of the last 5 in the 9th inning or after. It's got to have, a negative impact of thought feelings to you and the players on occasion like that.
I disagree, Larry. I think that our guys are mentally tough. I think when you think of the professional athlete, I think one of their biggest strengths is their mental toughness and their resiliency and their ability to bounce back and play and not let that affect you. I mean, that's just my opinion of knowing, these 26 guys. So, again, these guys are, they'll come out tomorrow and play hard. I think baseball players in general, because of the amount of games they play from the time they're amateur players, all the games they play in the minor leagues, all the games they play if they were collegiate players, there's tough losses, and players have the great ability to turn the page quickly from a tough loss or even a great win, right? It doesn't those things a lot of times don't carry over because of the amount of games that these guys play and what they go through.
In the 11th inning, with your strategy there with the bases loaded, you hoping for a strikeout double play basically to try to get out of that?
Yeah, we're looking for, with the 5-man infield, we're looking for a ground ball, so a ground ball doesn't get through the infield. Bring the guys in, have 5 guys there, and position the outfielders where we think they're most likely to hit the ball. And their first baseman here hit a line drive to a shallow Tapia. It was a bullet, tap, caught, and just, his throw was all fine. But that's the strategy, Larry, just try to cut that runoff.
Okay, thank you, buddy.
Yep.
Thanks for your time, buddy.